Thank you very much. My name is Torres, and I'm going to introduce the article Semantic Annotation in Collaborative Document Transcription, a Gamified Citizen Science Approach. This article was written by Bracco, Lucas Cuevas, and myself. So, in order to introduce, libraries and cultural heritage institutions provide a collection of rare books, manuscripts, and old photographs that have deteriorated over time, and physical manipulation could compromise the existence of the cultural artifact. And the conversion of the content and images into machine-readable data can be searched, sorted, and manipulated. So it is really important to transcribe the content of this object. In particular, manuscripts often present marks made during and after the composition, for example, correction, erasure, crossing out, calls, stamps, marks, or details typical of the passage of the time. This makes that the automatic translation or the automatic transcription is not possible, and it needs manual transcription. So human transcription is the task in which person reads handwriting document and writes in a digital environment the text that they are reading. And particularly automatic alternatives are not enough in this case. For example, in the picture, we can see that a manuscript includes the text of the most important part of the manuscript, but also some marks, signatures, dates. So it includes more information than only the words that are written in the manuscript. So it is important to a person not only write and describe what is reading, also the meaning of the written words. So in this case, our approach is to complement the traditional manual transcription tools in order to combine the power of a community of citizen science to include also technologies to have a semantic machine readable annotation of the transcription, and also to engage the community with the Gamified approach. This is Transcriptor. It's a project that evolves from the project of transcription called From the Page. It's really well known. They are different. For example, Scribe is another one, but particularly From the Page is one that we use as a basis of Transcriptor, but we also add voting, semantic layers, gamification, inverse selection, and different tools. I am going to introduce some aspect of Transcriptor. Transcriptor in general, it includes several tools and several pages, but the special one is the transcription panel, that it includes from one side different tools to analyze the photo of the document, with different tools to make zoom in, zoom out, selection, and make some marks. And in the other side, in the right side, the transcription tools that in which the person could collaboratively type the transcription and make some analysis of the previously one transcription. So I'm going to do how to transcribe in Transcriptor. At the beginning, we can select the selection tool, in this case, the line tool. Then with the line tool and with the pointer of the mouse, the user mark the line of the portion or the portion of the photograph or the scan that is going to be transcribed. And after that, the application open a window in which say what is written in the selection, the people types, and then appears in the main transcription text. That is the basic of this activity. One of the important things of transcription is the idea of layers. From our point of view, the transcription involves several layers. Each layer is built on the top of the previous one, and it is possible to add more layers. For example, we have as a layer the marks of the document, as another layer transcription templates, in which we have different templates how we are going to transcribe. Then a dynamic replacement of the templates, so that involves which text is going to to appear as the transcription of the template, and also then a generated text that is like the composition of the previous layers. However, we have more layers that are the semantic layers. So it includes additional tools. For example, the different transcription strategies. So we have in four at this time. That one is mark to load. So the user selects an area of the digitized document and generates a mark and then relates it to a new transcription. Then we have select to mark, that is from the text editor, select part of the text and relate it to a mark generated on the fly. So this is the inverse of the mark to load. Then we have alternative transcription, that this is a strategy to propose votations for a new transcription for an existing mark transcription relationship, and also a semantic transcription that it maintains the same principle of the mark to load, but in this case we relate with semantic elements, semantic concepts using vocabularies and ontologies. So the semantic annotation, this is the specific one that we would like to introduce in this presentation, are marks that instead of describing only text, they can describe real-world objects. For example, person, organization, books, events, any type of things. Particularly in this version, we are using a well-known vocabulary that is schema.org, which provides a language and the properties to describe this specific real-world object. So how we can annotate in a semantic way? For example, we would like to annotate the signature of this document. So at the beginning, we select with the selection mark the part of the document. We make the mark, and then we associate the mark with a semantic annotation. So at the beginning, we have to put a name to associate the content to the mark, and then following 4 steps, we define which specific type of data is going to represent the mark. In this case, for example, we navigate through the schema.org concept, and we define that it will be a person, and from the person concept, schema define a set of properties, and in this case we are going to select only 2, the given name property and the family name property. Then a form appears in order to load the value for that properties. In this case, the given name for us is Joaquin, and the family name is Turina Perez. Apparently, this is a well-known person in the history. Then also, it is possible as a third step to make a relationship with another concept that it could be previously created, or we can create right now. In this case, we are going to relate to a parent, that is a parent of the person in this case, and we have to complete something similar. And in this case, we define that Joaquin Turina Perez has as a parent to Joaquin Turina y Arial, that is another person, apparently the parent. So if in a new document that is in the same collection appears something, for example, in this case appears again a signature of Joaquin Turina, we can mark and relate the mark with the previously concept that we already created. So we reuse the conceptualization. This is really interesting because it's going to generate a graph of the concept. So the semantic annotation has a semantic layer with a semantic representation for computers in this case, and also it generates conceptually a knowledge graph. For example, in this case, we have the GTP, that this is the schema, the concept has a family name that is Joaquin Turina Perez, that has asset type is a person. It's also related with the parent, that in this case is a concept with family name Joaquin Turina Arial, that it's also a person. No? So also transcription include gamification that is based on metagame framework. It is based on different badges and achievement that the person is going to trying to to have. So in this case, each transcription action increase in the player experience in metagame, and he or she is going to evolve from visitor, that is the first one of the badges, up to visionary. So it is really interesting how people is going to evolve in this gamification. So we already have an evaluation. In particularly, we would like to evaluate the user experience. And so we conduct like in two type of evaluation. One is related with end user, another with a cognitive walkthrough evaluation. In order to inform here, we would like to understand, is the platform easy to use, and is it complex to learn how to use the platform? In order to answer this question, we conducted a SUS questionnaire, and also we would like to understand if could transcriptor be considered an innovative solution in the field of transcription, and if does the site and activities motivate the users to continue participating. Both of these questions are answered by the use of another type of evaluation that is the user experience questionnaire. So we conducted 19 interviews with different type of people in order to different ages, level of study, if they are professionals, and we also include computer science people from the field of computer science and people from literature and history, in order to have different type of baggages in their works. So related to the end user evaluation, the people have to they receive a little introduction of the of transcriptor, then some activities to translate, to navigate through the application, and then they have to answer a SUS questionnaire. And according to the usability score of SUS, more than 70, it's acceptable. In our case, we have as a final average 71.6, that it's acceptable, but it needs an improvement in usability. Then we conducted the evaluation of innovation in different parts of the application, in the navigation collection and discussion forum and the semantic annotation management, in order to analyze the level of novelty and attractiveness, and also perspicuity. And in general, we have more than 3, that is the acceptable value. In discussion forum, evidently the novelty is not so high. But the semantic annotation management, that is one of the most important things and the innovative things in this, has high level, so we are happy of that. And the average in general, we have more than 3, so we consider that according to this evaluation, Transcriptor is an innovative and good transcription tool. Related to the cognitive walkthrough, in this case, we invite different people to have a meeting and with specialists in transcriptor, and they have to achieve specific activities. We have like a stereotype and an archetype of the users, and they have to do some activities. For example, make a transcription, make a semantic transcription, navigate through the collection, select some part of the text, and so on. And after that, the specialist take note, and in case that it appears an issue, they have to analyze the issue and provide a severity level and also an alternative solution. In this case, we would like to mention 2 issues. One is related to the markups. In some cases, depending on the text, it was complex to make the correct markup, and it doesn't appear in the right line that appears in the picture. So we consider that is slow severity, because and the alternative solution are to, for example, add a reference grid over the manuscript to act as a marking guide, or also automatically recognize the line through image processing so that the user can click on them and don't mark up. It's like a machine made the previous markups in order to be used. Another related to basic transcription is that they have to click on the save button, and if they forgot, the word gets lost, so it got considered middle because it's really important for them to don't lose the word. So as alternative solution, it appears from added confirmation when exiting the transcription screen up to make an automatic save of changes every certain amount of time or some changes. So, in order to conclude, Transcriptor provides a simple collaborative workflow to transcribe, view, vote, and comment on other users' transcription. It presents an efficient solution, and we consider that it's efficient solution after the user's experience activities. And it promotes crowdsourcing and citizen science activities. Also, allows the creation of positional marks and semantic level. This is really interesting, taking in consideration other previous works. The evaluation showed that it is an innovative solution, and we have to improve several aspects. And also, as a further work, we would like to the use of other ontologies and vocabularies could be imported and reused in the transcriptor in an easy manner. So this is that we would like to share to you. Here is the repository of transcription that you could download and install in your computers. Okay, we are ready for the questions. Thank you very much.